The audiobook begins with the gentle lapping of the River Thames against the sturdy stone pillars of Tower Bridge, weaving a delicate tapestry of sound that captures the spirit of London at night. Albert, a weathered fisherman in his late 60s, grips the oars of his small boat, a familiar companion in this tranquil stretch of water. Each evening, as twilight drapes its silken veil over the city, he casts his nets into the shimmering depths, surrounded by the distant echoes of laughter and music drifting from the vibrant riverside pubs. For Albert, the Thames is more than just a river. It is a lifeline, rich with memories and secrets. As he rows beneath the majestic arch of Tower Bridge, illuminated by soft golden lights, he takes a deep breath, letting the misty air fill his lungs. The soothing ambience of the water feels like home, wrapping him in a comforting embrace, ready to share yet another evening of solitude and reflection. As twilight draped its velvety cloak over London, the shimmering waters of the Thames mirrored the golden hues of the setting sun. Albert inhaled the familiar scent of damp earth and cedar, an aroma that filled his lungs with nostalgia. Tower Bridge loomed majestically above, its arches glowing softly in the evening light, a sentinel that had seen countless stories unfold. Each stroke of his oars resonated with memories of quiet evenings spent on the river, casting his nets while warm breezes whispered secrets from the past. The Thames was more than just a river to Albert. It was a faithful companion, reflecting his own journey through life. He recalled moments when laughter echoed along the banks, mingling with the gentle lapping of water, a rhythm he had danced to for decades. The river had witnessed his triumphs, his heartaches, and now, as he floated beneath the bridge, he felt its pulsing heart calling him closer to an unseen destiny. As Albert cast his nets into the shimmering waters, the tranquil night enveloped him in its embrace. But tonight felt different. A soft, ethereal melody began to weave its way through the gentle sounds of the Thames and the distant hum of London. Intrigued, he paused, allowing the haunting tune to pull him closer to its source beneath the grand arches of Tower Bridge. The notes were delicate yet poignant, whispering stories of longing, heartbreak, and forgotten dreams. With each stroke of his oars, the melody grew clearer, wrapping around him like a silken thread. Albert felt an inexplicable urge to follow, an unseen force guiding him deeper into the shadows. The city above carried on, oblivious to the enchanting secret unfolding below. As he navigated through the silvery mist, a sense of anticipation tingled in the air, hinting at the extraordinary encounter that awaited him in the depths of the river's heart. As the mist swirled around him, Albert's heart raced in disbelief as he gazed upon the shimmering figure before him. Lila, the spirit of the river, her translucent form glowing softly in the pale light, smiled gently. "I've waited for so long," she whispered, her voice weaving through the air like a silken thread, carrying whispers of the Thames. She began to recount the melody of her past life, detailing how her enchanting music once echoed through the crowded streets of London, filling hearts with joy. Yet her joy became sorrow when, during a fateful night, jealousy and tragedy entwined to trap her spirit in the very waters she adored. Bound to the river, she could never again perform for an audience. Albert, feeling the weight of her story, sensed an unbreakable bond forming between them. He couldn't turn away. "Help me remember," Lila urged, her luminous eyes reflecting the yearning of centuries. Lila floated before Albert, her translucent form shimmering in the soft light filtering through the mist. "My lost memory is the key to my freedom," she implored, her voice a haunting melody that echoed off the bridge's stone walls. She spoke of a night long ago, filled with lights and music, a time when she captivated audiences with her songs. But that night ended in tragedy, binding her spirit to the river in a sorrowful tether. Torn between trepidation and an inexplicable connection, Albert felt the weight of her plea settle deep within his weary heart. He glanced around at the familiar waters, considering the tales etched in every ripple, every current. "I can't leave you like this," he whispered, resolve building as he met her ethereal gaze. Together, they would journey into the depths of the Thames, unearthing the echoes of the past. Albert's spirit ignited with a sense of purpose. He would help Lila reclaim what was lost. Together, Albert and Lila drift deeper into the murky waters, their hearts intertwined by a shared purpose. Each gentle ripple against the boat carries whispers of the past, beckoning them to uncover stories long forgotten. The Thames, alive with history, envelops them in a shroud of nostalgia, its depths teeming with memories waiting to resurface. As they glide beneath the shadows of Tower Bridge, ambient sounds swirl around them, the laughter of children playing on the banks, the distant clinking of glasses from riverside pubs, and the hasty footsteps of Londoners going about their lives. With every stroke of his oars, Albert feels a surge of connection to those who came before him, each wave echoing fragments of their lives. Lila's delicate laughter dances on the breeze as she recounts tales of long-lost lovers, brave fishermen, and artists inspired by the very river that cradles them now. This journey, rich with resonance, ignites a flame of purpose within Albert, urging him to delve deeper into the river's enchanting history. As Albert and Lila drift deeper into the heart of the Thames, a warm glow begins to envelop them. Suddenly, they are transported to the vibrant scene of a bustling market along the riverbanks. Laughter dances on the air, mingling with the scent of fresh bread and the sound of cheerful bartering. Vendors call out to passers-by, their smiles broad and infectious. Albert watches in awe as families gather, sharing stories and meals, weaving a tapestry of community and connection that stretches back through time. In this lively atmosphere, Lila's laughter mingles with that of the market-goers, reminding Albert of simpler joys. The spirit points out a mother and child, illuminating the bond that thrives amidst the chaos of life. As he observes, a wave of nostalgia washes over him, and he feels a profound connection to these long-gone souls. Their laughter resonates within him, urging him to cherish the beauty in human connection, a lesson that intertwines with his own solitary existence. As the mist began to clear, Albert and Lila found themselves enveloped in a somber scene, flickering with shadows of long-gone figures. The echoes of sobbing filled the air, mingled with the haunting sounds of distant sirens and the muted clamor of wartime chaos. Lila's ethereal form shimmered with sorrow as she led Albert through the memory, revealing villagers gathered along the banks of the Thames, their faces etched with grief. They spoke in hushed tones, exchanging whispered prayers for loved ones lost to the ravages of war. Albert's heart ached as he absorbed their pain, the resilience in their eyes a stark reminder of life's fragility. He could almost hear the stories of those who had braved the uncertainties. The river, a silent witness to their suffering, seemed to absorb their journeys, becoming a vessel for their collective memory. Lila turned to him, gratitude shining through her sadness, urging him to reflect on the weight of choices once made, a poignant lesson woven into the fabric of their quest. As Albert and Lila continued their ethereal journey, the mist around them thickened, and the murmur of the river rose into a symphony of whispers. Suddenly, they found themselves immersed in a vibrant scene, the Thames banks alive with artists, each stroke of their brushes and every note of their music a celebration of life. Albert watched in awe as a group of musicians played lively tunes, their joyous sounds echoing through the air, drawing crowds who danced in rhythm. Lila smiled, her spirit lighting up as she shared tales of those who poured their souls into their craft, finding solace along the water's edge even in difficult times. In this moment, Albert felt the weight of their stories. He realized creativity thrived not just from happiness, but from the struggle, a reflection of the resilience that had shaped the heart of London. Inspired, he vowed to honor these tales in his own simple way, knowing they would forever resonate within him. As Albert and Lila glided through the shimmering waters of the Thames, Lila's essence shifted, stirring with the weight of the stories amassed over centuries. "Many fishermen have cast their nets here, just as you do, Albert," she began, her voice a melodic whisper that seemed to blend with the gentle ripples. Each one carried a dream, a hope. Their struggles mirror yours, intertwined with the river's fate. As the shadows danced beneath Tower Bridge, Lila conjured a memory of the past, revealing a fleet of weary but determined men, weathered hands gripping worn nets, their faces etched with the grit of resilience. Albert felt a surge of recognition, his own heart echoing their silent determination. The river, with its tales of perseverance, showed him he was part of a larger tapestry. Each cast net was not just an act of survival, but a shared legacy. Amidst the twinkling lights of the city, Albert felt a deeper connection. The river spoke a language of struggles and triumphs, binding him to those who had come before. As the moonlight danced on the surface of the Thames, a hushed anticipation filled the air. Lila's spirit, shimmering with emotion, turned to Albert, her eyes reflecting a profound longing. "This is the night," she whispered, the echoes of her past swirling around them like a gentle mist. Together, they stepped deeper into the river's memory, and suddenly, Albert found himself amidst a lively gathering. The atmosphere crackled with excitement as Layla took the stage. A sea of faces filled with admiration and love turned towards her, waiting for the first notes of her enchanting performance. Albert felt the vibration of the crowd's joy resonate within him, underscoring the weight of this moment. Lila closed her eyes, her heart open to the memories flashing before them. With each breath, he sensed the importance of her final song, a melody infused with the hopes and dreams of all who had come before. This was not just a farewell. It was a celebration of a life beautifully lived. As the memories swirled around them like the mist rising from the Thames, Lila's spirit began to glow with a brilliant luminescence. Albert watched, captivated, as she closed her eyes and drew in a breath laden with decades of longing. With a soft and tentative voice, she began to hum the enchanting melody that had once enchanted countless audiences. Each note seemed to ripple through the air, resonating with the very essence of the river beneath them. The waters responded to her song, sparkling with a newfound vibrancy, reflecting glimmers of light in a dance reminiscent of the joyous festivities long past. Tower Bridge echoed with laughter and cheer, as if the ghosts of celebration were awakened from slumber. Albert felt a wave of emotion wash over him, the melody intertwining with his memories, deepening his bond with Lila and the stories of the Thames. This was a moment of magic, a bridge between the past and the present, leaving him spellbound. With the last vestiges of memory swirling around them like shimmering mist, Lila gazed deeply into Albert's eyes. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice a melody woven with emotion. The connection they had forged felt almost tangible, a thread binding their souls in a moment suspended in time. Albert, his heart heavy yet lightened by her presence, nodded, unable to find the words to express the impact she had made on his life. As she began to fade, the ethereal glow surrounding her intensified, casting a soft light across the waters of the Thames. "You have helped me reclaim the essence of who I was. Now it is your turn to listen, to truly hear the river," Lila urged gently. With a final heartfelt look, she transformed into a cascade of silver sparkles, whispering promises of stories woven into the currents. Alone beneath the timeless gaze of Tower Bridge, Albert felt a profound shift within himself, as the river's whispers filled his heart, guiding him homeward.